as the moments are getting closer when that very special consecration ceremony will begin. Joining us in the studio now is Dr. Heeraman Tiwari, Professor Indian Culture and History from JNU. Welcome, sir. Now,
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram, sir.
Jai Shri Ram.
Not many historians may be able to witness history in the making. How do you see the significance of this day in India's cultural consciousness and history?
Thank you very much, Shivendraji, and I think you and Sakalji and everybody part of this ceremony are very, very lucky. It is a momentous day, as you said. It is a historic day, but more importantly, we can never imagine India, its civilization, its culture, its ethos without Ram. That is the basic point. Now, a lot of things have been said, and history has rather crude reminders for all of us. And when we say that it has been not only 500 odd years of struggle to get what actually should have always been the symbol of India, that is Ram. He is an ideal. He is not only an ideal, he is considered Mahapurush. I shall come to that in historical textual context. But to have his birthplace, which millions and millions of people for thousands of years have believed, not been there in controversy, where people are questioning whether this was the birthplace of Ram. When an identity of a civilization and country is so intertwined with Lord Ram, not only a Lord Ram, but an ideal human being, a Maryada Purushottam, on the occasion of the Prana Pratishtha of his Vigraha in Ayodhya, it has to be a moment where we all get into tears. Our throats are choked. Those of us, I'm not talking about any sort of a strident position of being part of this civilization, but he is, will, and has always been a symbol of what India stands for: harmony, compassion, hard work, dedication, truthfulness, all these qualities which we keep talking about, but he symbolized it. And if you look at the textual tradition right from the Valmiki Ramayana, what he says, you have two epics. You see, Dr. Radhakrishnan, one of our presidents, had said that most of the countries of the world don't even have one national epic. India is fortunate to have two. So the other national epic, that is the Mahabharata. If you look at it, the description of Ram in the Mahabharata is so sweet, so unique, the Ramopakhyan. The entire Ramayana, if you read it, I'm taking you back to the Sanskrit tradition, and then you come back to later on. So it is a day where we are lost for words to describe how we feel. We just feel it, this epiphany of emotions that is falling on us.
And the fact, the humongous geographical spread of Lord Ram and his teachings across the globe. Traditionally, people would talk about Southeast Asia, but this is beyond. We will talk about that point. We will talk, but let's once again cut live to Ayodhya, the center of attention, the center of gravity.
The center of earth.
Ayodhya. Live Ayodhya on your screens.
Of celebrations at the premises of Sri Ram Temple in Ayodhya. We're getting, with every moment, closer to the moment that millions of devotees and followers in India and across the world are waiting for the consecration of Sri Ram Temple in Ayodhya. Dr. Heeraman Tiwari from JNU continues to be with us. Sir, as an academic, when you engage with your students, there's a diversity of divine figures, perhaps, in Indian cultural and religious traditions. What sets Lord Ram apart from others?
You just said it, Shveduji, that the diversity. Ram himself is so diverse. If you look at read the Ramayana, when he returns, as we celebrate his return from his 14 years of exile, Tulsi says there were so many people, like today, hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people. How do they meet their Ram? And he suddenly transforms himself into as many. Now you can talk about Freud, you can talk about any psychological issue, but this is how his personality has been portrayed. I was earlier talking about he's not just a Maryada Purushottam, he's not just a Lord. In the later part of our civilizational texts, you must have heard the Srimad Bhagavat Purana, which talks about the story of Shri Krishna.
And on the point of diversity, sir, if I may also say that there are so many traditions of worship. Some worship Lord Ram as an idol.
Absolutely.
Some worship the Ram Nam.
Absolutely.
So that also...
India is absolutely rich in this tradition. So there is a Ram Nami tradition. There is a Ramayana which has never been written, yet it exists. So there are so many versions of the Ramayana that we have where Ram is constant. Why? Because he is an overarching figure. It's almost impossible to find another character in any civilization. And I'm not overstating, I'm saying with some confidence of having some studies around. So you find there are very, very rare moments where you find a flaw. If that flaw is there that we see in ourselves. So in that context, I go back to your initial question, how momentous it is, how historic this moment it is. And I think we are witnessing, we are lucky. Thousands and thousands of years after today, I feel, our generations will say that our forefathers witnessed this moment. Why? Because it was a very violent removal of a birthplace, of a temple. And it's not a reparation, it is something that should have been done long ago. And beautifully in India, we have got it through judicial process, through sort of democratic process. And therefore, the joy is many times more rich than we otherwise would have. So therefore, and then Prana Pratishtha itself.
We will talk about Pran Pratishtha as well.